Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Thursday. This is Game Day Live, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios inside the bunker in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey, and out to Chicago, Illinois, near the United Center. We've got Vinny Parisi en route to that building, covering the Blackhawks, but also covering the New Jersey Devils on Game Day Live, streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, Twitch, and now on Instagram Live on the Let's Go Devils Network as the Devils take on the Florida Panthers tonight. Vinny, how are you? What you doing out there?
Sam, I'm good. En route, like you said. I got double duty tonight, obviously. We'll be watching the New Jersey Devils take on the two-time defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. We'll also be taking in some Seattle Kraken versus Chicago Blackhawks, doing a little work as well. So pretty excited for the double feature here tonight.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm excited for tonight's game because Jake the Snake Allen has been called to be in net. Sergei Bobrovsky for the Florida Panthers. So you got to treat this one like a playoff game because with the two teams going at it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think if you get Jack Hughes healthy and you get Barkov and Kachuk.
We lost Vinny there. We'll get him back up in a second. Little technical difficulties, folks, but I'll try to get Vinny Parisi back on the airwaves. But yeah, so what Vinny was saying, look, these two teams, okay, they have their similarities. They've had their similarities, these two teams. These two teams each have players that got injured by having some sort of dinner or food. One with the barbecue and one that cut his finger on glass. Vinny, are you back?
Yeah, I'm dumb, Sam. I accidentally hit the end button on my freaking phone.
Oh, I thought it was
that
me.
Would have happened. That would have happened if it were me sitting at home, cozy in front of my computer. That's just user error right there.
Yeah. So, so you were saying about the Florida Panthers players?
Yeah. So when they're fully loaded, these could be the two best teams in the Eastern Conference when they're both healthy. But you got the caveat when they're both healthy. Right now, it's hard to say they're the two best teams in the Eastern Conference with the lineups that they will be dressing tonight. I do think so far this season the Devils have. I don't think the proof is in the pudding. They have played better than the Panthers so far. Even without Jack Hughes, last game was a stinker. The one before they won. I firmly believe they're losing to Tampa last game after watching it. They're losing that game even if they had two Jack Hugheses in their lineup. They're losing that last game. They weren't that good. Tampa was awesome. And Tampa, we talked about it on the show, they were coming in looking to avenge that first game that they were playing against each other. So it's an interesting matchup, though, because it's been kind of 50-50, it feels like. Even when the Panthers were in their reign of, winning cups and President's trophies. I mean, Sam, in the last 4 years, 4 years ago they won the President's Trophy. 3 years ago they were the Stanley Cup runner-up, and then they've won the last two. I mean, it's hard to pick out a team that's had a better 4-year run in the last. They're right there with the Blackhawks and Kings back in the 2010s. You could put the Penguins in there too. Like, it's a really, really strong franchise right now. And Devils, even with all these injuries to both sides, they're going to have to play well if they want to win. I mean, Bobrovsky's going to the Hall of Fame. And so you brought up that Jake Allen is going to be in net for the Devils. He's earned it. He's been the better goalie of the two. And it's not particularly close. It's not like you're going, oh, well, Allen's been good, but, Markstrom's been good too. No, Markstrom's been mostly bad. I'm not saying he can't get out of it, but he's been mostly bad, and Jake Allen has been mostly elite. I mean, Canada's not that deep in goalie. And, Jake Allen's been one of the best Canadian goaltenders so far this season in the NHL. So it's going to be fun to watch these two go at it, the Hall of Famer and then Jake Allen.
Well, yeah, and Markstrom will be backing up Jake Allen, even though he tweaked something against the Lightning. The thing with Jake Allen, and I read a couple articles. I think it was on New Jersey Hockey Now, I think. But I read a couple articles saying that there's a goalie controversy. There is not a goalie controversy. Jake Allen signed that contract knowing what he knew at the time. The 1.9 AAV, 5 years. He just wanted to win a Stanley Cup. And with Markstrom signing that extension, I get it with the money and all that, but the idea was you were going to have these two goaltenders for the next few years. No doubt. They work well together. Forget about the money. Markstrom, during the playoffs, I thought, he had his struggles coming back from injury. But what gave me confidence about Markstrom, even though the Devils lost to Carolina in 5 games, for the most part, I thought he was outstanding.
Jacob Markstrom did play well in that series.
Yeah, you can't blame Jacob Markstrom. And there was a reason why that Game 5 went into so many overtimes. It was because of Jacob Markstrom. I mean, he held the fort as long as he could, So I'm not worried about any kind of goalie controversy because why would there be?
Yeah, I never really understood the whole goalie controversy thing, mostly in general. I mean, I guess if Bob in his prime, I guess there was a goalie controversy when Bob was struggling a couple years ago and they put in Alex Lyon. That's a goalie controversy, right?
Yeah.
Like your number one isn't playing well. He's making $11 million and the guy making $800K is playing significantly. That's a goalie controversy. Jake Allen and Jacob Markstrom, which one of them gives you the better opportunity to win on that day? That is no controversy in my mind. That is common sense. It doesn't matter. Jake Allen and Jacob Markstrom, they've both been around the league. They've both played for a handful of teams. And if my memory serves me correctly, they've both played in the playoffs in meaningful games. So it's just right now, it's just so obvious that Jake Allen has been earning a little more starting opportunity. Markstrom will find it. Because like you said, he struggled last year coming back from injury. Well, he's struggling this year coming back from injury. That doesn't mean he forgot how to play the position or that he all of a sudden stinks. That's just not how sports work. If you were to trade Markstrom to another team right now, there's a good chance he'd play well. So you can't just totally all the time come to these rash decisions. Right now you play Allen because he's been better lately. How have you been in the last 10 games? That should determine which one of them two gets the lion's share of the starts.
Yeah, what you don't want, they seem to so far in about the year, into their second season playing together, it seems like Markstrom and Allen are kind of like yin and yang. When one isn't hot, the one picks up the slack. One is injured, the other picks up the slack. I mean, Allen picked it up when Markstrom got hurt, so last season. He picked it up when Markstrom got hurt this season early on, and Allen felt that it was his fault. He was holding himself accountable because he had the cramps, if you remember, and then Markstrom held the fort in that third period, but unfortunately got hurt towards the last minute of that game, and then Allen comes back and they went on that 8-game heater. Extend that 8-game heater. So I'll tell you, honestly, there is no controversy here. I think it's maybe a slow news day. there really isn't. Because I think Markstrom and Allen, they actually like each other.
Which is important.
Yeah.
It's absolutely important.
Yeah.
Okay, Sam, I have an analogy for you, one that'll kind of hit home for you. You remember the 2015 Mets?
Yes.
Real good team. They made it to the World Series. Unfortunately, they lost in the World Series. I believe it was to the Kansas City Royals. But they had this incredible rotation, right? Nobody argued that Jacob deGrom was the number one starter. He was the best pitcher. He had the best stuff. He had the best numbers. But there was a little thing between the number two, game two. Who's starting game two for the Mets? Because Noah Syndergaard was the big name. Everyone wanted Thor. But Matt Harvey pitched better. he deserved the opportunity to be the number 2. I don't exactly remember how it all shook out in terms of what order they ended up going in, but like the same thing happens with pitchers in baseball. Who gives you the best opportunity to win on that day? And that's how the Devils should look at it too. And now I'm reminiscing about that Mets team and how awesome it was.
Yeah, just make sure that you take Matt Harvey out the 9th inning and put Familia in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that whole
Yeah,
thing.
actually, Mrs. Wu can attest to it. During that time, I was like, you got to put him in, Terry. You got to put him in. You got to put him in. There's no way you're taking Matt Harvey out. And then as soon as, like, the clap started, I'm like, why didn't you put Familia in? I took a total 180. I was so mad. But,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then Terry responded back to you telling you that he was going to put your you-know-what in the jackpot.
Yeah. Anyway. But, yeah, so Dougie Hamilton practiced this morning. That was part of his, back to work plan or something, or back to play.
Return to play protocol.
That's it. I forgot what it was, because it's funny because from the start, Amanda Stein posted when this all began with the Dougie Hamilton injury, he'll be out for a week or whenever he feels better.
Yeah, that's like duh, but of course. But like, I actually liked reading that line, like return to play protocol. It does make me a little happy that the New Jersey Devils have programs in place to return guys from injury, where before it was like just kind of like, okay, Taylor Hall, when your knee feels better, we'll see you, buddy. Jack Hughes, when your shoulder feels better, see you next season, pal. Like, there's return to play protocols in place. I don't know if that was always a thing or if it was just never as disclosed as it has been, this season and maybe last. Maybe that's a Sheldon Keefe thing.
Yeah.
Very well could be a Sheldon Keefe thing, actually, now that I think about it. But I don't know. I'm a fan of it.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it as well. I like transparency. It does still sound a little PR-ish. But but at the same time, the goal is to let your constituents know what's going on with Dougie Hamilton. So at least we know. So I'll let it go, so to speak. But again, right now the Devils. Have you seen the projected lineup in terms of the lines today?
I'm not sure if they're out yet, but I could take a peek real quick.
Yeah, why don't you take a peek? Hold on a sec here. I got Steve Tartas. I used one of your. Assuming you were at a wedding, one of those funny. He thought you were John Belushi.
Oh, the picture?
Yeah.
I'm actually in that picture. I'm what do you call it? I'm officiating a wedding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
I got that skill under my belt too.
Yeah.
I don't have lines for you yet. They're not out. We'll wait till warm-ups.
Okay. All right. I thought they were out, or at least in the practice form. But yeah, let's get everybody's predictions right now. In the YouTube Live, in the Instagram Live, hitting the Instagram Live. I see American Whiskey Newark joining this podcast. American Whiskey.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah, Frankie, Joe, Carol in the Instagram Live. We've got Michael Hay in the YouTube Live. Always something 17. Oh my goodness, says that they're out. Here, I'm getting some text right now. Hold on a sec.
I was looking at Amanda. Normally, I get my lines from.
Oh no, it's actually Sam Kassan. You know, Amanda. She's got other important things that she's doing right now. Anyway, from Sam Kassan, the Devil's Workflow. First line: Heischer, Bratt, Gritzik. Second line: Mercer, centering downtown Connor Brown on the right wing, Timo Meyer on the left wing. Third line: Lamico or Lamico, Palat, Daninoff. And the fourth line: Glendening, Cotter, Nason. The pairings: Nemec and Siegenthaler, like that pairing. Dylan and Hughes, love that pairing. And Cholowski and Hamilton rounding the third pairing. I actually like that. It
should help shield Cholowski.
Yeah. And Allen in net.
Sure. Sam, it's still a really good lineup.
Yeah.
It's one of the best Devils lineups, even without Jack Hughes, since I don't know. I mean, this core is awesome. I believe in this core. With Bratt and Heischer and Luke Hughes and Nemitz and Mercer, even the 2012 team was different, but I really like this core.
Well, what I like is, who the wild card in all this is? Gritsik. He came.
That's true.
He came out of. I mean, we were kind of expecting it, but he was still an unknown coming into training camp. He's been so versatile that you can put him on the fourth line, first line, second line, third line. You can put him anywhere, which helps Sheldon Keefe. So he's kind of like an interchangeable part. Wherever you need him, he plays at a high level. And I think that's been really the pleasant surprise, but not surprise, of the New Jersey Devils. Aside from Nemich's, clutch plays, I think Gritsik, changes some of the dynamics, but I still think that the Devils need somebody when Jack Hughes get back. They need a number one sniper on that top line, and they also need a third line center as well, because if you want to provide depth going into the playoffs, once Glass comes back, just having Hughes, Heischer, and if you get that third line center and then Cody Glass down the middle, that's significant.
100%. Now, I saw Calgary in person Tuesday. Yegor Sharangovich, Blake Coleman. I mean, all these guys are snipers that you could put on a top six line. They have Kadri, who could be a third line center. And I'm pretty sure Kadri could probably play on the wing too if he really wanted. They'd probably play him at center if they acquired him. I'm gonna see Nashville next week. I think on Black Friday I'm seeing Nashville. I'm gonna be keeping my devil's eye on, because I do my work for the Blackhawks, make no mistake, but I'm watching with my devil's eye always too, especially when they're a good team looking to make trades. Marchessault, Stamkos, Ryan O'Reilly. There are a lot of guys that they could really.
What about
Forsberg?
I was reading the proposal of Forsberg. I mean, that's kind of expensive. I mean, in our dream world, if the salary cap didn't exist, maybe, but I mean, you still have to fit them under the Devil's cap, no?
See, Sam, I was waiting to say Filip Forsberg. I was going to say him last on purpose because of everything you're saying. He's incredible. And I don't think my only quarrel with Filip Forsberg is he doesn't know how to score a goal that's not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. Every goal he scores is a work of art. It looks like it was painted by Picasso at the Chicago Art Institute. Like, it's just beautiful. So you're not going to get but maybe that's the kind of the guy. The Devils have plenty of guys who could score the dirty ones. Nason, Gritsuk, Heischer, Forsberg, Bratt. Forsberg would be real nice. If they could find a way to make that work.
It would have to be a blockbuster trade. Palat would need to go the other way.
Hamilton.
Or both. And the only reason why I say that, with Palat could work, you reunite him with Stamkos. Okay, yeah. So you
didn't even think about that, but yeah,
you reunite. So let's do a two. Let's go all out here. If you make a blockbuster trade with Barry Trotz, Ryan O'Reilly, Filip Forsberg, you combine the two salaries. O'Reilly's salary is 4.5 AV. I think Filip Forsberg is 7.5, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds right. It was a rich deal when he first signed it.
So that's about we're talking about $12 million AAV I think Forsberg still has some years on his contract, if I'm not mistaken.
Which means they're probably not retaining too much. They might retain on O'Reilly.
Yeah. So you send over Palat. You also need to send over one other player, and with some salary cap heft. Hopefully it's not Dawson Mercer, because Barry Trotz is going to be asking. You're not going to pull one off on Barry Trotz, but if he can come off his price, it would have to be a Seamus Casey prospect. It would have to be draft picks, multiple draft picks, and some salary. You could possibly make it work if the Devils want to go all in. Philip Forsberg and Jack Hughes and a Jesper Bratt line would be literally, I would say, top 3 in the NHL.
Or you could just put Forsberg, if you traded for Forsberg and O'Reilly at the same time, you could just put them on the third line and have an Olympian on every line.
You could do that. You could do that. All right, so we're going through some of the predictions here. I'm going to read them off. Let's scroll back up. Let's see here. 3-1 Florida, Steve Tartaz. 5-4 Devils, Lupus Nadiz. Lupus, I need to get in contact with you because you're the winner of the Rangers Suck Fortune Cookies. Selected Boy, 3-1 Devils. Eddie, OT 9, SP 3-2 Devils. Wimpy says 2-1 Devils in a shootout. Always Something 17, 3-2 Devils, probably overtime. Max, hunt the Panthers till extension, 7-1. All right, 7-1. Michael Hayes says Devils win 4-2. Empty net goal. Wow, this thing is scrolling too fast on me, and I can't even keep up with these scores. And where did all the scores go? Oh, geez. Empty net goal by Allen. Let's see here. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, and if that happens,
whoever said that's coming on the next show.
Well, that person will get Rangers Suck Fortune Cookies as well.
Yes.
Yeah, Michael Hay. Michael Hay is saying that Jake Allen will score an empty net goal. If that happens, you, my friend, would be a winner of Rangers Suck Fortune Cookies, courtesy of the Let's Go Devils podcast. All right, Vinny.
I'll go if there's an empty net goal scored by a goalie around the league tonight. You get one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a prediction of, all predictions.
Yeah.
I believe the New Jersey Devils. This feels very much like the most pessimistic people are going to think the Panthers are going to run away with this one.
Yep.
Just because they're the Panthers, but they're not. They're just not as deep without Barkov and Kachuk. I think Sam Bennett has less than 10 points. And he won the Conn Smythe Trophy last year. So, Brad Marchand's a guy to watch out for. Obviously, he's having a real good year so far. I'm going to go 3-2 Devils. I think it's a tight checking game, and both teams are without their stars, so they clamp down and try to play well in front of their goaltenders.
Okay. Tom says 4-2 Devils. AJ Visco, the law offices of AJ Visco. If you trip on a crack in the city and you need money, go to the law offices of AJ Visco. 5-0 Devils, he says. Alexis Lahens, 3-2 Devils. And, oh my goodness, a 3-1 New Jersey. Let's see here. Seagots, 15. 3-2 Devils, and a brawl breaks out. Okay. All right. Seagots, 15. I'll keep an eye on that, and if it does, maybe you would be a winner of Rangers Suck Fortune Cookies as well. So we got some good scores here. Oh, my goodness, as Dougie has a no movement, I believe it's 10-team modified trade as of this year. This is I hope Nashville's on one of them, because this is what you tell Dougie. If I was Tom Fitzgerald, Vinny, this is what I tell Dougie Hamilton. Hey, Dougie. He'd be like, what? You remember Andrew Burnett? I was like, yeah. He and I got along. All right, well, you get to be with him again. See ya.
Yeah, best power play numbers of Dougie Hamilton's career came with Andrew Burnett. Too.
Yeah. I'm only kidding around. I love Dougie Hamilton. We love the football calls.
Player.
Yeah, we love the football calls. If Dougie Hamilton goes, then we're going to have to find another player to stalk. But anyway, my prediction, I think it's going to be 5-3 Devils, and the empty netter is going to come from Nemec.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my prediction, and I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to check the Instagram live. All right, but Vinny, thank you, and also thank you to all those tuning in to this podcast. Devils After Dark, after the game. Also, the Let's Go Devils podcast Game Day Live will be down in Philadelphia on Saturday, where we will be broadcasting outside of, what is it called, Xfinity Mobile Center. Will be to be determined. I actually just got a text. We'll confirm shortly. So I think you're going to like this one if this actually goes through. So.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good, Sam.
Yep. All righty. 5 goals, oh my, says Steve and Tartaz. Hey, you know what? It happens. All right, getting to get out of here. Remember, Devils After Dark after the game. Actually, I don't know if Scotty's on. He didn't reply to me. I know Saturday he's not on, but I'll have to get to the bottom of it. All right, gonna get out of here. Till next time, let's go Devils.